Record. Yo. It's your host, Larry Keith. And of course, this is season 2 of the GPSN. And actually, it's episode 2. With this interview that I have, is a person that I ran up on accident. But I was blessed to run up on this guy because I heard his voice, I heard the style of music he was making. And, I was just like, all right, man. Once I realized this dude was in the backyard of Oxford and ain't nobody heard his voice, it's like, man, I gotta put him on the show, man. I reached out to him. We set it up. We had to cancel a couple times, but we finally today get to get this interview in. With no further to do with this introduction, I would like to introduce out of Oxford, Mississippi, but I know most people from Oxford don't like to claim Oxford when they from the Abbeville, you know what I'm saying? So I just want to introduce Tre Johnson. How you doing, man?
Pretty good. How y'all doing today?
Man, pretty good, man. So tell me what you been up to lately, man.
Man, working, trying to stay busy.
I noticed that, like I said, on the social medias, I'm seeing these flyers of you popping up. And before we even get into that of the interview, I just want to know, how does it feel? Because I feel like I see when you pulled up, you had your manager with you and all that. I can tell that you legit and whatnot.
Yeah.
Where are you at now and how everything's going, and you're all around social media, no matter the platforms. How does that feel?
I mean, it feels good. Like I said, it's a struggle sometimes, but it feels good to, be surrounded by my people.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? My circle, my people, which is family.
Right. And then with that, when you say your circle, your people, it's just family. Like I said, when you pulled up, you had your manager with you. You know what I mean? You said, yo, this is my sister. Like, what made you want to keep that type of business in-house?
Being real.
Yeah.
This to everybody out here. I don't trust people.
Right.
I don't trust people at all. And I kind of keep it around people that I know I can trust.
Mm-hmm.
If I trust you, I honestly put my all into you. So, like, I'd rather deal with somebody that I've been knowing all my life than rather deal with somebody I just met 2 weeks ago.
Right.
That makes sense.
Right. I totally can respect that. Like, with my business and how I run it, pretty much it's me, my homie, Big Steady, which basically is my cousin, and I got another homie, it's like a little brother to me, his name is Solo. So we kind of run all this together, so I can kind of get what you're saying with that. Now, just starting off into the show, man, the basics, you're from Oxford, Abbeville, man, just a little light glaze over it. How was it growing up in Oxford and being from Abbeville?
I grew up in the county.
The county.
I can't say I grew up in Oxford. I grew up in the county, Abbeville all day, 601. It was cool growing up. I was surrounded by my friends. Like I said, family. We all stayed literally, if not 100 feet, 200 feet away from each other at most. It was fun growing up. My cousins, friends, neighborhood friends. Like I said, it was just cool growing up. I had a pretty chill childhood.
Right.
Yes, sir.
Now, a question that I have to ask, just to transition and just into the question is, growing up in Abbeville, I know how it is out there, having fun with your people and all that. How did you get into singing? Like, because that's what we here for. Like, hey, we here for the voice, we here for the talent, man. Like, how did you get into singing?
It's weird. There's 2 stories behind that when I'm making short as possible. So, one story that I know for a fact that I can remember, my granddaddy had a brother. I called him Uncle Webster. Mm-hmm. And as a child, I would sing with him. And my favorite song to sing as a child with him was Glory, Glory, Hallelujah. Mm-hmm. God rest his soul. That's story number 1. Story number 2 is the funniest one. So, at the time, I was getting bathed. I was like maybe 4 or 5. Mm-hmm. And my stepdaddy overheard me singing one day. And he went in there and told me, he was like, Dee, that's my mama named Dee, love you, baby. He was like, Dee, this boy can sing. Like, everybody was telling, he was telling everybody that everybody was like, nah, he can't sing. At the time, I was just known as a drummer, playing drums since I was 2. Mm-hmm. No, he can't sing. So he went to my granddad and was like, RB, man, Tre can sing. And they was like, no, he can't sing. Which is kind of funny because everybody in my family can sing. Mm-hmm. So that's kind of was my stardom right there. Once everybody kind of heard me sing, they was like, He can sing, and when my first time ever singing was in a rehearsal. My family has a quartet group called the Gospel Stars. They reside in Oxford, and pretty much, I never forget. I was playing drums. It was end of practice, and my stepdad was like, "Aubrey, let him sing, let him sing." Oh, he can't sing. So they put a mic in front of me, and the first song I ever sung was called "Working on the Building Out," and I've been singing ever since then.
Now, I noticed you brought into this equation of talking. You said drumming. You said you've been doing it since 2.
Yeah. So before I sung, I played drums.
Right.
Like, everybody know me as a drummer now, which I resided as a singer, but like drums that's my home. That's what I started playing. I started playing when I was 2 years old. Started playing fully like out with my granddad when I was 5.
Now, just a quick question, just asking if you had to choose right now to pick a side, what would it be? Would it be the singing or would it be the drumming?
Definitely the drums, and believe it or not, like as a singer, a lot of folks don't. I confuse a lot of folks when I say this, but I don't like the front stage. I'd rather be behind the scenes.
Nah, I don't know now because it seemed like you just winning with your second talent. You know what I mean? Like, well, your first overall talent, but you singing, and you, from what it sounds like you're telling me is, yeah, you're a great singer, you're a great performer and all that, but for us, when it comes to the drums, it seems like it's
home.
Yeah, so
that's like where I like to be. Like, I'd rather be chilling back in the cut. Cause like I said, I really don't like the front stage. It's just something I do.
Right. Is that a battle for as like, say for instance, I know people who are trying to, not, and you're not saying you're trying to get on, but I know people that's like, this is what I'm trying to be famous for, but then they accidentally become famous for something else, and it's like is that on the back burner, or how do you feel when it comes to the drum?
First of all, let me say this: I'm not famous, but like that's kind of what happened. Like, I was always pushing to be a drummer, like, and like I'm not saying I'm the best in the world. I'm not saying I suck either. I've done a lot of gigs playing drums. You know what I'm saying? But it was kind of forced up on me. Like, bro, you can sing, you can play drums too, but I need you on this mic. So that's kind of like, yeah. So it kind of varied, and I just kind of slid the drums on back, and the more and more I started singing, the drums more and more faded away.
So basically, a question I have to ask, I've heard the story so far of them saying give you a shot to sing, but when was it when you were singing you was like, I can do this. This is kind of getting equivalent to the drumming. It's becoming easy.
Well, like, honestly, to this day, I still think I'm not the best singer. And I tell myself that so I will never get the big head, never forget where I came from. I always remain humble. I really can't just say when it hit me because, like I said, each day, each show, each year, I'm still trying to find a better way to, you know what I'm saying, be better at what I'm doing. So, like, I can say I kind of noticed that I could sing maybe like 12, 13. Yeah.
Now I got a question now. It's 12, 13. I remember that times, man. Was you taking advantage of the voice and singing to the women?
I was actually like afraid.
For real?
Like, I was ashamed of singing. Yeah, I was ashamed, like, because at the time I wasn't singing any secular music. I was just in the church, and you know how the kids is.
Yeah.
Your little friends show up to church, and you know what I'm saying, like, you kind of embarrassed because you get to church. They may tease you at school about it. So I never really used my voice to do that.
Now with it, and I also love your response. Just singing in general, and then aiming at a certain genre, not even aiming at it, but being in a certain type of genre. Is there kind of a conflict sometimes because there's a lot of songs to be sang, there's a lot of music to be made. You might be feeling this way one day, or you might be feeling this way. So when you come to and you got like a fan base from, just be upfront. Okay, you say you come from the church, right? So most of your fan base might be church. They're so used to you singing church songs or, anything, that's positive like that. And then out of nowhere, you might want to sing a love song, you know what I mean? So how is that, battle?
It's a battle at times. It was a big battle when I first started. I think I still feel like that today. A lot of people still look at me like this little chubby guy singing, Jesus is real. And now this big chubby guy singing bump and grind.
Right.
So you know what I'm saying? Like it's a battle with me, but one thing I can say, I know my relationship with the Lord.
Right.
I know my relationship with the Lord.
I'm pretty sure that, and I like that response too. Yeah, as long as you got a clear understanding with God and the path that you're trying to go, the outside noise really,
it don't matter no
yeah.
more. It don't matter no more because simply, like a lot of folks don't believe me when I say this, but even when I go perform secular music, I pray.
Right.
Because my prayer every night before I get on the stage, this your voice. You blessed me with this. Nobody else did. This may not be your music, but this is your voice.
Now with that, we kind of get an understanding of where you started at when it comes to the music, from the age you started from to now. Now something, as I was following you on social media, and I see a lot of I see you and a group of guys together. And like we talked prior to this, you were saying, hey, it's not my group, you know what I'm saying? You told me the position and all that, and I respect it. But overall, as a collective, how did that group come together, which is the Vintage Souls Quartet?
Vintage Souls. It's my brother's group. Shout out to KB. It's my brother's group. Little group of guys out of Hamilton, Alabama. He go by the name of KB, but he's called Keegan Brown from Hamilton. How I got started is kind of funny. I knew nobody.
Right.
I've seen him on Facebook. He was a keyboard player for a world-renowned gospel group called Dr. Kids and the Highlights. He was their keyboard player. The guy that plays bass, Terry, he's from Amory. He's a football player. Our keyboard player, Christian, he's known around Tupelo area. Phenomenal drummer, phenomenal keyboard player. My big brother, Dante Farrer, is from New Albany, but stays in Oxford.
Shout out to him. I had him.
Yeah, that's my guy. That's really my everything. But how that got started, so in the summer of 22, KB asked me, he inboxed me, was like, bro, go to Kansas with me. And I thought about it, I was like, bro, I can't go to Kansas, I got a revival, but like, whole time, I could have went, scared. I was scared. But I did a show with him in Louisville, Mississippi, back in July of 2020. No, not 2024, 2022. My bad. July 2022. And that's kind of how I got started. I came into a group of guys I didn't know. I didn't know them at all. And I've been there 4 years almost.
Now with that, you join the group. Cool. Now it goes back to what you were saying earlier. You like the drums. You like to be out of the way. You know what I mean? Now you on stage with a microphone. How is that? Like, with dealing, because trust me, where I'm at right now, I just want to create a platform. I try not to be on camera, even though I'm on camera. So I have to deal with it. So I know that feeling of it. But how is that? Because it's just us. It's just all three of us in here. If I make a mistake, I can stop. But live on stage in front of people who done possibly paid to come in, like, what that pressure feel like?
So shifting from being behind the scenes to in front of the stage. It was kind of like a best of both worlds. Like, even though I'm playing drums still on stage, I'm still in front of people. Only thing different now is I'm standing in the front. Like, for the Vintage Souls, I sing background.
Right.
So I'm still out front. I'm just not the one that everybody's kind of got their eyes on.
Right.
Their eyes on the lead singer. So when I stepped out to be a lead singer, I always have had the experience of standing out front. But where the scares come in, is pretty much like, I'm the one holding the mic. I'm the one everybody looking at. I'm the one that, you know what I'm saying, sets the tone. So like, it's a battle to this day still. Like I said, I get nervous. I done sung in front of 2,000 people, 200 people. I didn't even sung in 2 people. But no matter where I sing it, them jitters still there.
Now with them jitters, and I have to ask this because I've bombed before. Have you ever bombed live?
How many times?
But I feel like with that, it builds character though. But at the moment when you bomb,
sometimes my bombs are not everybody bomb.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody knows you're gonna be your biggest critic. Yourself is gonna be your biggest critic. And there's been times where I know I've messed up. Nobody in the crowd know I messed up. And there have been times where I messed up and everybody know I messed up.
Right.
But it just built me into a better man.
Overall on that stage, getting past the butterflies and the jitters and all that, what is your most favorite part?
Definitely crowd response.
Right.
Like, let me just say I sing Slide On by Jody Taylor. Everybody come down to the front and do Let You Slide. That's like my favorite part of the show. Crowd interaction. I love interacting with the crowd. I love when the crowd interact with me because, like, when they talk to me, I'm able to give them more. You know what I'm saying? I kind of go based off the crowd. Like, I get up there sometimes, I don't know what I'm going to sing, but if the crowd giving me, like, the vibe and keep it going, I'm going to keep dropping, you know, faster songs on them. They give me they trying to vibe type of deal. I'm going to drop a bunch of vibing songs on them.
Now with it, and I've noticed that just with singing, try to understand just the music business in general. But with that, sometimes you cover songs, but how is it coming up with songs? Your own individual songs that could possibly be covered. Like, how is that?
I dropped a song back in July called Groovy.
Mm-hmm.
It was on all digital outlets for the name Big TJ. But coming up with songs is probably one of the toughest things I've ever done outside of actually manually working in the world. But like musically, that's probably one of the toughest things for me. Mm-hmm. I don't really feel like I had the gift to just be a writer. Mm-hmm. But like when I write something, I write something. So like that's probably one of the toughest things to do.
Is it because is it more so if you trying to make a message song to put a message out there, or is it a vibe? You know, like I'm trying to create this vibe or this scenario, or in general, you might just be going with, you know, through something. So is that where you kind of get the writer's block, or how does that go?
How I feel, all that in one.
Right.
What I'm going through, I'm trying to send a message, and I want it to be remembered. I don't want to write a song just to be dropping something. Like, I want you to play this song and be like, 20 years from now, let me play Tre song. You know what I'm saying? So that's just how
So when it came to grooving, what was the whole gist of that? Even though it's pretty much self-explanatory if you listen to the title.
I was chilling on my uncle's house. And this older man got up and he been drinking, of course.
Right.
He just kept saying, I'm grooving, baby. I'm not worried about nothing. I said, you doing what? I'm grooving. I ain't worried about nothing. So I went home and I just remembered the words grooving. Mm-hmm. And I kind of put some verses to it, added some old school flavor to it, mixed with the new school.
Them old heads be having some of the craziest lingo. But it be going though.
Like, I'm working on one right now called Old School Blues. Mm-hmm. And it's just pretty much me talking about the old school blues, like Tyrone Davis, Johnny Taylor, all those guys into one song, just telling them how I feel about it. And the different sayings from the old days, like I said, it's, you hang on them long enough.
You'll find now with that, what's it? Speaking of just music in general, and not to get off of you, but just in general, what's in your playlist right now? Like, what's your playlist looking like?
Like my Apple playlist,
I
listen to every day.
Well, yeah, what they tax you that $9.99 for every month.
I'm looking trying to say this. Quartet. I love Quartet, man. Like, that's my roots.
Now, look, I'm not familiar with it. I just know singing. So when you say Quartet, can you, like, just for me, it might be some other people out there that don't know, just in layman's terms, like, explain what a quartet is.
I mean, a quartet, of course, is 4 people. Mm-hmm. But in my terms, a quartet is a gospel group.
Right.
Candace Spears is my favorite quartet group. Lee Williams, Spears QCs. Joe LaDunn, Tim Rogers. Like, just so forth and so forth. This quartet. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Ted is pretty much gospel music with a bunch of guys, like a group of guys. Like the Vintage Souls is a quartet group.
Right.
Yes, sir.
I got you. So this is what I also want to know now. They're switching over, and I keep breaking your sister up. How you doing? Just the independent hustle. Being independent, but yet you're getting booked and everything. How is that hustle? Because you have to get out there to get noticed and to get these flyers and to have people say, oh, hey, come on, he's singing tonight, girl, come on. You know what I mean? So how is that being independent and Because you're traveling now.
Yeah.
I know that. You're putting some miles out there. So how is that?
It's rough.
Mm.
It's a few reasons why it's rough. I'm not going to keep on this topic all day, but it's rough because I don't really get the support. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm an up-and-coming artist, switching from gospel all my life to this right here. It's tough on me a lot because, like, everybody doesn't accept me. And being real, like, I don't expect everybody to accept me. I'm not everybody's favorite singer. People that have blown up, it's not everybody's favorite singer. So it's a tough one on me, but I just got to keep going.
Right.
Just got to keep going.
Now, with that and the independency and getting booked, what's the farthest you done went so far?
Las Vegas, Nevada.
Golly. What they say? What happened in Vegas? Stay in Vegas.
Yes. What happened in Vegas? Got to stay in Vegas until the day I die. Even after I die.
So how was it, man, going down there?
It was different. Number one, you see what I got on right now?
Yeah.
Don't wear this down there.
Oh yeah.
No, don't wear this down there. It's hot.
Yeah.
But it was cool. Like, it's humbling too.
Mm.
Because I seen a lot of guys down there that were like homeless, like they sleeping on the side of the street. You see that around here, but like down that way, well up that way, down that way, whatever it is, it's rough.
Yeah, it's you might down here you might just see like one homeless person, but down there
it's like people lined up
on the street. Yeah.
On the street.
Mm-hmm.
But the experience, like the people down there are cool. The vibe down there, I love Fremont. I was on Fremont every day. I was on Fremont more than I was rehearsing. Like, Fremont is a spot. It's cool down there. Like, when I went down there to sing, it was crazy because I went down there for a promoter. She booked me and we did our thing, whatever. And I didn't know what to expect out the situation because I had never been to Vegas.
Right.
I had never performed in Vegas. I was scared, nervous. But she sold out of tickets. I'm a Mississippi guy.
Right.
I'm coming from Mississippi to Vegas. And she sells out, which is crazy to me. They never know what I sung. They ain't never heard nothing. Like, so that was different. I felt a lot of love up that way.
What did you feel? Did you feel the pressure though? Because like you said, sold out. Yeah.
When I walked into the building, like nobody knew who I was. Like they only had seen a picture of me on the flyer, but like when I walked in the building, I'm seeing like how many folks is in this building. I'm talking about wall to wall, elbow to elbow, just to see me because I was really the only act on there. Like she had a few people from her way, but you know what I'm saying, like. And they just had thrown something together, but I had like a whole hour set to myself. So they like the spotlight was on me that night. And when I walked in there, the pressure was crazy because my boys, they turned up. I'm sitting there looking like, bro, we might mess up tonight. For real though.
That pressure.
Oh man, I was ready to make Mississippi after I seen that, but it was cool after that.
Now with this independency, you have the free roam to do whatever, to get booked in any style. Kind of going back to what I was saying earlier as we were talking. I don't want to say the wrong thing, but gospel music and then soul music. Which one do you prefer? And I know that's a pressure question. And look, you can just say 50-50 down the middle and call it a day. You know what I mean? But
they both have their own rights.
Right.
But if we just downright honest, gospel all day long.
Mm-hmm.
That's my home. Mm-hmm. Like that's it. Like I'm not gonna lie to you. Some of the stuff I be singing, the way I may squall, you may hear it in church.
Right.
I'm being real. I'm not afraid to tell nobody that. But they kind of vary in their own way. Like I like R&B music. Some of the times I don't even like the lyrics. Like,
right.
I just like the music.
Right. The
gospel,
rhythm of it.
Yeah, the gospel you can receive more lyrics than you. I mean, in today's era, you got a lot of music that's, coming up different now. But for me, like R&B, that's why I say they vary in their own way. R&B, I look at more music, beat. Gospel, I look for all of it at one time. Right. I really don't care about the lyrics in R&B.
Now with that, and going back to what I was saying, that's gonna, I don't say ruffle some feathers with people or whatnot, but do you feel like your fans understand that with following you? Or is it, because this also goes back when you were saying support, you know what I mean? So it's like, do you think your fans like, oh, he over here singing some R. Kelly, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to put that on you, you know what I mean? But I'm just saying like, oh, nah, man, let me stop following him. Like, or do you got the real loyal fans that...
I got some loyal fans, and I wouldn't even call them fans. Most of my fans is family. Like,
right.
I haven't really just took on the word. Like, I've done things, everybody gonna give you that pat on the back, but you never know what somebody say when they go home.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, do I feel like some people that say that about me? Most definitely. I mean, they gonna talk about me whether I was singing reggae.
Right.
They gonna say what they want to say about me because I'm not. Everybody has their own opinion, but like, do I care? No.
Right. Now, another hustle, going back to your first talent since you was 2, I just want you to put a word out there or just put me on game. As a drummer, there's more outlets when it comes to getting a gig or just getting signed. I know most people, they'll say, I just drum for the church on Sunday and then Monday through Saturday and just wait till Sunday. Can you put people on game on ways to get gigs or, for us with the outlet in the drumming lane? We've conquered the music. I see what you're doing, but for us with the drumming. If there's a kid out there drumming right now, they might be scared to go into the church, but what would the advice you would give them to put some money in their pocket or,
There's a couple of things I can give them on this situation. One of my biggest things being versatile.
Mm-hmm.
If you trying to make this your living or you trying to make this something that you do more than just on church on Sunday, learn more than church music.
Right.
But if church is what you want to do, study that genre, but learn different ways to play it. Because you got different types of church. You got CCM, Methodist, Baptist, non-denominational. You got quartet.
Mm-hmm.
You got praise and worship. You got all that type of stuff that goes in it. But my message to them is like pretty much just be versatile, be different too. Like, because it's always something that somebody sees in you that somebody else don't. Right. Like, I may play a certain way. I know you don't play drum, but you may play a certain way. My gig may not be your gig, and your gig may not be my gig. But at the end of the day, we both still got gigs. So, versatile, being different, and most importantly, being humble.
Right.
Don't ever go so high to where you think you can't be brought down.
Gotcha.
Like, just be humble.
Through this journey so far, for just, because this is a business you're in now. You could do it for fun, or like I said, you can, get some money out of it. What have you learned so far?
In this music business period?
Yeah.
I'm 21, so got a long way to go. But as long as I've been doing this, whether it was gospel or secular, again, like I say, remain humble.
Right.
Know your worth. Be versatile. Be different. Set your style. Don't copy nobody else's style. That's something I'm learning right now. Watch your circle.
Mm-hmm.
Keep your circle small too. Like, everybody doesn't deserve to eat at your table. And don't be discouraged. Like, don't never let nobody tell you what you can't do.
Mm-hmm.
And I always tell myself, I may not be the best. I may not be everybody's favorite, but can't nobody beat me at being me.
That's a bar right there. I got to give it to you. I'm with you when you're right. Now, getting close to the part of coming to an end, I want to know this. Just in general, you had to start from not starting, meaning there was a point in time where you had all this talent just bottled up. There's a kid out there right now. There's somebody a year younger than you. There's people that you might not even know just looking at you and be like, man, I remember 3 years ago, he was, just drumming here, but now we see him everywhere. What kind of inspiration can you give to somebody? Because you might not feel it right now, but I'm just telling you as a first-time viewer and not knowing anything about you, just seeing you, I would have thought you've been doing this for 10 plus years or something. So what could advice and this is not, and this kind of necessarily to the point when I was speaking about the drums, but in general, a person with a talent like yours, they can sing. What can you tell them? Especially because I see this a lot, where a person might grow up in the church, they got the voice, and they're like, your voice is just strictly for the church. What inspiration, and that's not down in anything, but what inspiration could you give to a person that's kind of like trying to come up out of that lane?
Again, versatility. Like, you got to be versatile. Branch out. Like, listen to other artists. Like, right now, I have a few influencers. Like, I have local influencers and international. Our locals are, like I said, my guy KB. Mm-hmm. One of the homies from Tupelo, Mississippi, J.R. Green. Mm-hmm. He's dope with it. Like, dope with it. And my stepdad. Everyone got me started. My top influence, like internationally, is Jodeci, Joe, and Bobby Caldwell. And the reason I say that is, like, I take a lot of stuff from them, and I kind of try to put it into my performance. I try to mix it together. So, like, find you something that you know that you can go based off of. Find your style, create your style. Be humble. Like, I preach humbleness all the time, and I'm a very humble guy. Like, nothing is ever too. I never think I'm above anybody or anything. And, you know, sometimes when you begin to do that type of stuff, you begin to, you know, lose a lot of stuff. It may go on for 10, 20 years. Mm-hmm. But in them 10 to 20 years, you lost so many friends. You lost so much respect, but you still feel like you hiding everybody. Once you brought back down, where's it go there? Right. So stay humble. Like I said, versatility, humbleness, find your influencer. Never let nobody tell you what you cannot do. Right. Like, don't let nobody tell you what you can't do, because if you let people discourage you, how would you ever grow? And I use this saying a lot of times. I feel like we're in a world full of lions and dogs. Right? If you let yourself be ate up by those lions and dogs, you would never make it. Right. So what you got to do is you got to be in attack mode at all times. Because everybody is not for you. Everybody's not here to support you. But as long as you got you and you are strong enough to take on this world and you got God in your heart, God in your life, God by your side, you can do all things through Christ.
You said something then. Coming to the end of this interview, man, it's December 2026. It's right around the corner. We might yarn and it be 2026. What do you have planned for that year, and what can we be looking out for?
2026. Well, in the beginning of 2026, like February, I'm doing a birthday bash. Mm-hmm. It's my second year doing it. Y'all want to come out on the $15, get in. More information coming soon. Follow me on Facebook, Tre Johnson, and you'll find out more about that. But other than that, dropping music. Right. Branding myself more. I think I'm going to do a little regrouping with my band. Try to bring some more new school to the situation, mix with the old school. Try to put out more content. Just trying to, you know, elevate. Right. Like, in all honesty, just elevate in each way. Like, 2025 was good. I'm going to just say it was fair. Right. 2025 is kind of where I'm going to start at. I started in 24. 25 is kind of like was my year of, like, experience and my year of getting my feet wet. 2026 is a year I'm just go ahead and dive in. Drop more music, do more content, and just try to elevate.
I hear that, man. So coming to the end of this interview, man, I just want to say I appreciate y'all for coming through.
Yes, sir.
Make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe, but most of all, follow him on all platforms. Give a shout out to your platforms, man.
Facebook, Tre Johnson. My TikTok name is weird. It's CLB, which stands for Certified Lover Boy. Shout out to Drake _.TRE. I post a lot on there. Post a lot on Facebook. Not really a big Instagram guy. I really don't post on my Snapchat, but my main platform is TikTok and Facebook. Follow me on there. Dropped a new single in July called Groovin'. Under the name Big TJ. It's on all digital platforms. Go take a listen. You may cut a step or two. Be on the lookout for more music, and we'll see what go next.
And with that said, man, this is episode 2 of season 2 of the GPSN. I'm Larry Keith, and we are